What's up, guys? Today we're gonna be installing coilovers on an Ep3. First, jack up the car.
Do the front first.
Yeah, we're doing the front first. Advise that you do this while the car is on the ground. If you're gonna break it like this, so the car is not accidentally falling. But I've done it plenty of times before, and I know that these are good jack stands. And kind of a rush, so I don't really care right now. Should invest in the impact brake too, because it makes life so much easier. Alright. Well, anyways, I also recommend you guys putting the wheel under the car in case the jack stand fails. Better to lose a wheel than lose your life. Yeah, okay, so same as the LS400. You guys see this cotter pin in here? Can you see it, Kenny? There's a pin in here. You have to, it's bent. It's like a safety pin. So you have to unbend it first. And then you guys can pull it out. Pull it out. Then you take this out, this castle nut. This is a 17mm. Oh, hey, you guys see this tear right here? So this is your outer tie rod, and his boot has a tear on the side, and oil is probably, grease is seeping out. So replacing the outer tie rod, if you guys see wear and tear like that, is probably a good idea. Alright, so after you hammer this out, which I'm not able to do yet, use a hammer, don't use a mallet. Mallet's too weak. There's a ABS line right here. Oh, not ABS line, but brake fluid line. And there is it's a 12mm bolt holding that on. So unbolt that so the brake line can come off. And there's a speed sensor bolt right here, or maybe ABS sensor, I'm not sure. But then there's the sensor right here. So you have to unbolt this too. This is a 10mm bolt. So 12 for the brake line, 10 for the other one. And yeah, make sure you unbolt this first, because if you take out the shock and you pull on this, you might tear it or damage it. And then there's these two big bolts right here, the main bolts that hold on the bottom of the shock. So then after you take those two bolts off, you want to take these two big ones off. And these two big ones, might need a breaker bar or a cheater bar. I'm gonna try a breaker bar because these are really tight. There we go. Yeah, let's break those bolts. Oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Much easier than yesterday when I was doing. Okay. Okay, but now I need to take off the other two bolts. Now here's another trick. I have to take it out. Put the bolt back in where it came from so you don't lose it, or at least lose track of it. So that was a 12. Now for the ABS sensor, I'm pretty sure it's ABS sensor. It's a 10. Yeah, that one's easy. Now this process is pretty much the same for the RSX, Ep3, EM2s, because they share a very similar chassis. They're basically like brother sister cars, I would say. And even the coils are compatible with each other. The coils are compatible with each other with like a few modifications. Like outer tie rod, you have to change that. If you're putting RSX stuff on EP3s. So those two are off. This is always the hardest part, dude. You can stop recording. This is what you need for this. This is a pickle fork. You jam it in there. Where's the hammer? Take a hammer and you hit it. This forces it up. Shoot, this is really slick. Bolts it in. Okay, I'm gonna feed it in. Wish wash. Wait, make sure all goes in first.
Turn it.
Okay, so it's important that when you're installing this and you have camber plates, it's going left and right for camber because you want to adjust camber. I know someone that put it on this way, and then basically that doesn't adjust the camber. That defeats the purpose. It just casts it, but then you want to adjust the camber.
Hey, PG. QPG, bro. Come on.
Uh-oh. I think it's okay. Tight enough for now. Use a jack to jack up the hub if it's too low. As in our case, it's way too low. That's slammed. Okay, now.
Hey, I think we just adjust it from here, right?
Exactly, yeah, you adjust it when it's on the car. Bottom bolt in. The Coilovers is a very easy install. The first time it might be hard, but it's not a hard install. Just take about 2 to 3 hours. So in car guy talk, it's probably like 2 days. Honestly. You know what I mean, you worked in cars before. Alright, now let's tighten this. It's not right. The bottom one is a 19.
I should clean this up.
This is the...
Who's got one on?
Put them on.
It's all about.
Yeah. Bring this stuff up.
The air.
Air down, bro. Oh. Bend it. Yeah, see this? Bend it back. Back to back. Bend it back. So it's like 10 p.m. right now. Went to take a break because I was kind of busy, but we're getting back on the game. The suspension game. So right now we have a strip tie rod end bolt, and I got a replacement part. If anything, we'll put the new one in, and then I'll show you guys how to do it. But for now, I'm gonna try to put the old nut back in, so we don't have to put the new one in.
Go.
Okay, so this is an outer tie rod end, and as you guys will see, this is gonna be replacing the one that is on the car right now. And what's special about this is that, as you guys can see on the end, there's actually a hole, and in that hole, you put this little end, this fitting, and the purpose of that is so that it's regreasable. That the ones on the car right now, it's not regreasable, so when the grease dries up, then you're pretty much done for. But for this, then you just re-grease it, like every other oil change or something, you check on it. Add grease. You need a grease gun for this though. Add grease, and it will last a long time. You're gonna need a.
That's the wrong wrench, by the way.
It's about.
It's the wrong way, by the way.
19 fits for the outer tie rod end, and then I'm gonna use an adjustable for the locking nut that goes on this side. So Kenny, you can come on in. See what he's doing. Move ahead.
Thank you.
Can you see it?
No, not from this angle. Alright. Yes, I can see it.
So there's a locking nut on the end. So behind the tie rod end, there's a locking nut. You loosen the locking nut from the tie rod end. So then you will able to spin it out. If not, then you can't spin it out. And make sure you get an alignment. Anytime you do suspension work, you need an alignment. Not cheap, but cars aren't cheap to play with. And if it's really stuck, like for us right now, it's really stuck. What you can do is that you get a torch, and you torch it. No, I'm not joking. You torch it, and it'll expand the metal around it, and it will loosen.
Don't do it at night.
Yeah.
Lighting is very key.
Don't do it at night. Don't even do this at night.